Have you ever wanted to look different? Have you ever seriously considered changing something about yourself, such as weight, but ultimately decided tackling the maze of information was more than confusing and less than comforting? Well, I want to try to strip away the confusion and get down to simplistic scientific facts. I would like to inform you just how our bodies respond as a byproduct of our lives, our body weight, specifically from one source, calories. For over a decade, I've been involved in some form of nutrition program or employed at a facility that focuses on health and fitness, or at the very least, a member of a gym. I started as a patron of one, decided to work at one on the weekends, and finally reached a management position at 18 due to my desire to understand our bodies and to increase my knowledge through professional and experienced people, as well as numerous resources, books, websites, articles, and foundations. So what are calories? To understand how calories dictate our weight, first, let's understand exactly what a calorie is. A calorie is a unit of measurement. A calorie represents how much energy is in a particular food. Basically, calories are the fuels our body uses. Just like a vehicle needs gas to get from here to there, calories provide the energy needed to sustain life. Think of that next time you're filling up at a gas station. Take a look at the different types of gasoline you can put into your car. Now imagine the different types of calories you can put into your body. Are you consuming high-performance calories, or maybe the less than optimal bargain ones? Considering the gas station once more, I want you to picture yourself completely filling up your tank, right up until it's about to spill out into the ground. But you don't stop yet. You grab a couple of canisters from your trunk and you continue to fill each one up, one by one. Is this a little overkill? A safety precaution for a long trip, perhaps? Is it necessary? Probably not, unless you plan on driving through the Sahara Desert. So why would you carry around those extra containers in your car? You wouldn't, right? You would normally fill your tank up and drive your vehicle until it needs more gas. Well, the same principle applies to food, or more specifically to calories. There's no need to overfill yourself with calories because they end up having to go somewhere. And guess what? Instead of canisters used to store gasoline, the extra calories end up on your keister. They become stored as extra fuel or fat, more commonly known, and they're not necessary, like I said, unless you're planning on participating in an Ironman competition soon. The number one thing that dictates whether you gain or lose weight is your caloric intake. In other words, what we eat on a daily basis. If you're eating more calories than you burn, then you will gain weight. If you're eating less calories than you burn, then you're going to lose weight. By burn, I mean being alive, breathing, talking, making the blood pump through our bodies, writing speeches for your public speaking class. They all require energy or calories. So now that we know a little bit more about calories, we can figure out the way to apply the amount of calories we eat, intake, and expend to determine whether we will gain or lose weight accordingly. To do this, we need to determine our average daily amount of calories, otherwise known as a BMR, a basal metabolic rate. This is the number of calories one would expend if they did no activity all day. In other words, this would be your maintenance amount of calories you need to stay at your current weight. There are many calculators available to help you determine this, and all of them use a variation of the same questions: height, weight, age, and gender. I'll use myself as an example. A 200-pound, 26-something needs 2,100 calories to maintain or stay at the same weight, not counting any activity. So if I wanted to stay around 200 pounds, I would need to eat about 2,100 calories a day and make sure I didn't get off the couch. Now, what the interesting thing here is, if I decide to eat 100 or 200 calories less each day, and I continue to do that, I would actually lose weight without having to leave the couch. Beginning to make sense? But this is not reality for most people. We all have our busy lives, and getting out of bed and going to work each day, even if you have a sedentary office job, or just going to school, is going to require more calories if you want to stay the same weight. That means we need to factor in our personal lives or our activity level appropriate to what we currently do each day. Using myself as an example again, I can figure out my activity level with one of the many calculators available. I'm going to use one from one of my favorite sites, bodybuilding.com, and here's a list of activities and daily habits I found on that site. So So the average couch potato, very light sitting, studying, talking, a little walking or other activities throughout the day, typing, teaching, lab shop work, some walking throughout the day. The average fitness buff range, typing, teaching, lab shop work, some walking throughout the day, moderate walking, jogging, gardening type job and activities with cycling, tennis, dancing, skiing, or weight training 1 to 2 hours per day. Now, a die-hard athlete or hard daily trainer, heavy manual labor such as digging, cutting trees, climbing activities with football, soccer, or bodybuilding 2 to 4 hours a day. A combination of moderate and heavy activity, 8 or more hours per day, plus 2 to 4 hours of intense training per day. Okay, I go to the gym for about 90 minutes at a time, 5 days a week, and I have a sedentary office job the rest of the time. So I'm going to pick moderate or average fitness buff range. Now, according to this article, the moderate level is equal to 165% or 1.65 multiplied by your BMR, whatever that may be. After adjusting for my activity level, my BMR changes from 2,100 calories to around 3,500 calories just to maintain my current weight. That's a pretty big difference when we adjust for our day-to-day actions. So what this shows is that there are actually 2 ways you can determine what you want to weigh. Consuming fewer calories than you require to maintain your weight will make you lose weight. Consume more and you'll inevitably gain. The second option here is burning calories through activity or exercise. Now this is called creating a deficit. Want to eat pizza all day and still lose weight?
Yes.
Okay, well, be prepared to burn a ton of calories too in order to make that reality. In fact, you would probably need to be living on a treadmill to make that possible. What I'm saying is that if you know how many calories you need to burn each day, you can technically eat whatever you wanted as long as you're prepared to create a deficit by burning off those calories consumed with exercise or activity. One way to know how many calories you're burning with activity is by using a pedometer or a step counter. They're everywhere nowadays. In fact, they come standard in the new iPods that comes included with the pedometer. If you walk at a brisk pace, that's about 4 miles an hour, you burn about 0.57 calories a mile, according to the Health Science and Technology Academy. So now we come down to, so what's stopping people from being in control of their weight? According to a study by the ADA, American Dietetic Association, most people, 53% in fact, do feel maintaining a healthy diet and exercise are important. And the top reason these people don't succeed in achieving their weight goals, they don't know or they don't understand the guidelines for diet or nutrition. So let's make things simple for everyone. Figure out your BMR, include or factor in your lifestyle or activity level, and you'll know what your maintenance calorie requirement is. Not satisfied with your current weight and want to drop a few pounds? Lower your calories down a bit. Do you want to gain weight for football season? Add a few calories a day and watch yourself grow. So in conclusion, our bodies are very complicated indeed. But thankfully, knowing a few simple facts about calories can give you the upper hand when determining what you want to weigh. So in that case, I'll have a bite of pizza. It's okay, I know how many calories I'm allowed today.